Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Extend those arms. Don't use them as leverage. Keep them closer to your ear. Turn your hips and waist. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight. Kick your foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up our span, parallel feet. Choose one side. Good Tai Chi posture. Sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift weight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good Tai Chi posture. Opening up our span. Thinking about how we're going to be a good golden cockerel. Last one. Kicking out. Shift weight. Last set. Holding our ball. Root down, stir that energy. Part the wild horse's mane. Parallel higher. Single whip. Cloud hands in the 24. High pat on the horse. All I ask is to be in unison. Maiden on her right. Maiden on her left. Needle. Flash arms. Deflect. Okay, Yang 16. Begin. Commencing form. Part the wild horse's mane. half step, spin, white crane, bisect, brush knee 1, 2, deflect, slow it down, parry, punch, touch, roll back, pivot right, pivot left, hook, T-stance, out and to the side, single whip. Half step to the front, swirl the back hand, rock the front foot, play your lute. The pulsing of the monkey. And 2, pirouette, out, maiden on her left, sit back, pivot, maiden on her right, half step to the back, needle to the bottom of the sea. Flash arms like a fan. Thank you. Come again to join us, to do Tai Chi with us. Okay. Thank you. Ward off. Ken, get ready to teach, okay? Ken, you're going to get ready to teach.
What I want to do today, and I've spoken about it a little bit, is to concentrate on the 16, and it could be any of the forms, but just use it as a platform to try to get more work on substantial, insubstantial, or my newest idea is how to get proper alignment with gravity. And as I had spoken that, the Chinese have a way of describing, as my colleague, Dr. Wong said, they did things empirically. You do certain things and you find out that these things work for, in this case, Tai Chi. And they had terms of rooting, drilling down, substantial, insubstantial. Obviously, they didn't say insubstantial, substantial, but they had their own word for it. But these are just empirical descriptions of what was occurring. And we, as inhabitants of the earth, at least thanks to Isaac Newton, know this thing called gravity, which I think may help us understand a little bit more about all the Chinese terms. I'm not saying lump them together, but when they start to talk about rooting, start to talk about drilling, start to talk about substantial, they're talking about what are you doing to adjust for gravity, okay? And we all use gravity for our benefits. And basically, consciously or unconsciously, our everyday activity is to align our bodies in such a way or exert body energy, muscle power, etc. So we don't fall to the ground. We remain upright. And Tai Chi is trying to make use of that. What I would like to try to have you do is concentrate on your Tai Chi with the idea that you are trying to put yourself in the most favorable alignment, particularly when you're into substantial position or somebody tells you rooting down. You are putting yourself with the minimum amount of effort to maintain that alignment of your body posture. And you know, we talk about Tai Chi posture. It's one of those staying in a favorable way. You are vertical, and the pull of vertical is up and down. And you use the aids of the dantian, which is, you all know, you can't cut people open and find the dantian anatomically. It is something that each of you have, with all the experience you have. You've established your Tai Chi dantian to a greater or lesser extent of depending on who's practicing. But you get that feel, and you get the feeling that you align your focal point of mid through the skull into the middle of the head, middle of the chest, aligns with what's just below the belly button in the pelvis. And we make use of that doing this. We make use of that when we're up and down with moving linear movement. So what I want you to do is, when you do your Tai Chi, try to establish that you are in substantial position. One way is to say, I'll do the 24, just here, sit back, turn, get bare. Gravitational, so that, and you are going forward with Tai Chi posture, you are turning your hips and doing rotatory, but all the while seeking to say you could stay right here, stay forever, because you are aligned in the right position. You're substantial, you've aligned with gravity in the most favorable way. And then from there, at your leisure, as I like to say, put your leg out. Then, once you get this down, this is still with a favorable gravitational orientation. You turn and you switch and you come to here. This is your favorable for a short period of time until you say, well, I got to come out. And again, you turn and you turn, favorable position, straight up and down, but you've turned to get there. You mean, rather than swinging out and being off balance, you have established this, you turn from there. Okay? Another one is when you're out here with the crane, take the time to, you're out here, you're in a favorable position. Hand out, hand out. You can stand up so that you take the time. Okay? So with that in mind, look into the whole 16 as we do it. And every time you think of substantial, you might cue yourself and say, gravity. And then gravity is linked with alignment. Okay, so let's try that. Commencing form. Let's do it again. Commencing form. Commencing form. Let's do it again. Commencing form. Maybe not. I want to now have you folks, like we've talked about before, the position of hands and feet to complement this main focus of Tai Chi posture and focus on gravity. You use your hand movements and your leg movements, hand movements, leg positions to help you maintain or further support this attempt to maintain good alignment and good stability. And yet moving. We all can stand stationary and get into a favorable alignment, and we're stable, okay? But we want to be moving, okay? For instance, if we're repulsing the monkey, you've got both hands are out here, and you've got your favorable alignment here. So you can come up this way, and these two hands, this functions as an orientation here, but also it sort of gives you some degree of balance to begin with, okay? And then when you come up, both hand and foot move to assume the central position all the while you maintain this favorable footing and alignment in Tai Chi posture, and then rotate. And so this comes up again. So you can take your time coming up. You're not rushed to get back as soon as to fall back because you don't have your primary position. You do not give up your favorable alignment, substantial position until you have made it centralized, made your arms and legs centralized, and then you're able to pivot. But try not to do a double-footed where you are here, insubstantial, coming substantial, this becomes insubstantial, then you turn. So don't rush to turn two at once. Then you lose, you become double-footed. You don't want to do that. So take your time. What other? It's similar when you're doing cloud hands. Rotate, symmetrical, symmetrical. But if you keep going this way or turn, you're going to fall over. So you either have to come back this way, close up. This comes back. You get to here. Central, stabilized. Shift position, so this leg becomes the central leg. So you can come out here, but as you get out here, you got to do this, otherwise you're top heavy to the left. So you're here. And it makes sense if you're doing a martial art, you're not going to just be doing this. If you're this way, it's not as good as if you are this leg, the power comes substantial, comes right out, bang, this way. Okay? Then it becomes insubstantial, switch. Bang. Okay? But, so let's, with doing the 16 again, primary alignment, and how do you use your hands to help you? Or another one is holding the ball, you know. The ball is, in my mind, it's you're bringing your shoulders, you're bringing your elbows in, centralizing. That's one. The other is position. It's not right out here. You are substantial, dantin here, so you're at least over your dantin. So that again, if you let go, anything can happen here because you have your hands together, your shoulders, you're not in a crouched in a ball, but you drop your shoulders, drop your elbows, centered primary position here. Okay, so let's go ahead. And if you can come up with more examples in your own mind, yeah, that's what's happening. That's what I would want to encourage you to do. Okay, commencing form. Okay, commencing form. Just this little time doing it. I appreciate my wife doing it for 2 hours in a row. Tough deal.
So good job, as always. Really, really proud. Get goosebumps watching you guys. There are things to fix up. Maybe 3 different areas that caught my eye. When you catch yourself lifting up your shoulder, don't do it. Something as simple as coming down, set that level. Hey, form your ball on a T-step. You do not come down and say, oh, that's an extreme, but I see people doing that. So this is a softer way of doing it. The shoulder is still down. This is still incorrect. You said, oh, that's not me. But even if it starts to rise to hold that, that's not Tai Chi. I can count I can tell who they are. Who does that? Even by not watching you in live, I can see it on my video because this thing is stiff up. It needs to come down. Once you set your pace to relax, that's the level you take. Do not bring that arm up, okay? In grasping of the bird's tail, I want to kind of unify this motion, okay? When we come back this way, we contact. We turn our hips and waist, then we push out. One more time. When I come back this way, I contact. My hips and waist are not aligned. I move them to then push that power out. When the best, and one of the ongoing issues I have is that train your body to sit down. If you can only sit down partly, can you then sit down a little bit more? When you sit down, what happens to the shoulders? They give you that stack because you're on that back foot and you're coming down. You're taking heed of gravity rather than saying, oh, I know gravity's there. My feet are taking care of it. But if it's real gravity, hey, everything comes down. So make sure you can flex a little bit more.
A lot of times when we say, well, you sit back and you say there's a lot of tension on your legs, and truly there are to some, greater or lesser degree, but the Tai Chi philosophy when you're doing one of these retreats is when they are practicing a thing called push hands, or even when they are sparring, Tai Chi is a thing of yin and yang, yeah? The yang is the masculine aggressive force, the yin is the retraction force. And part of the art is to be able to give when the opponent is giving his yang, to offset him, you give him your yin. And the yin is accepting, not actively pulling back to get into this position. You relax yourself as you go down. Similarly with what I was trying to teach today, assuming the aligned position. It's like putting the golf ball on the tee. You're not just ramming it up there. You're just gently putting it up. You are retreating gently. And sometimes that will help you to relax your joints so that you can come down more rather than being so tense and say, oh, I got to make sure I don't fall over, okay?
Embracing the tiger, okay? So remember, I've always used contact. This helps us to center and then rotate, then come up. Okay, and there are variations, but I want you to do it that way, okay? So push out, sit back, lower, pivot, hands go for the ride, hands go for yet another ride, shift your weight, hands go for the ride, touch, bring it up. Then bring it in, then push out. In single whip, don't forget now, single whip. Pivot the back foot, pivot the front foot, T stance, out and to the side, single whip. 16, yeah? Don't forget that we need to pivot. When we pivot the back foot, our hand takes us there. I mean, wrong thing to say. When we pivot the back foot, our hand moves with the back foot. Our front hand moves with the pivoting of the front foot. Shift the weight on a T. Out and to the side, single whip. Okay, can we kind of polish that up? You want to try it? Single whip, left foot forward. Weight 60-50, 60-40, 50-50 is good enough. Pivot the back foot, pivot the front foot. T stance, shift the weight, out on an L, single whip. One more time. Pivot the back foot, pivot the front foot, T stance, out, single whip. So you half step forward. Don't, okay? You know what I'm doing? Smooth it out. Soften it up. Don't have to tell the world that it's playing the lute time, okay? Don't shout it out. Softly, you'll get there. Pivot the front foot, pirouette the back. You're on your toe, not the heel, okay? Sit back, pivot the front foot on the heel. Pirouette means on the toe. Spin out, kick with your heel, down with your heel. Swerve to the right, maiden on her left.